How are you? Where are you from? Georgetown? So when did you know that you had some bad weather? Did you wake up this morning hearing it?
Last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
So you live in Georgetown?
Yeah.
What time did you get up this morning?
9 o'clock.
You got up late. And then what? You walked all the way here?
Yeah.
What have you seen so far?
Bridges covered with bushes and woods and water and all of that. And stands in people's houses and so forth.
All right, thank you very much. One of the residents from Georgetown, which we will eventually get to. Of course, we are still trying to find the Prime Minister and his entourage and to see where he is located. But as you can see, quite a number of cars, probably 100 cars thus far. And we are going to continue walking. It's basically turned into a hike now. And we don't know how much further we can go before it becomes impassable. All of this, of course, is landslide potential. But this has not come down. We don't know if it will. Probably not now, as the rains have subsided. But we're continuing to walk. Let's see how far we get to on foot. We're chatting here with Corporal 374 King. We're at Mount Young, and this seems to be the major bottleneck thus far. This has been a point of activity for quite a few hours from early o'clock this morning. Reports are that things probably started as early as midnight last night or this morning.
Yeah, that would have been a positive. From all reports that we would have received, it seemed like the flooding would have taken place sometime after midnight, continuing right up to this present time.
It seems it was continuously raining for the past 6 hours.
That would have been a fact. That would have been a factual.
Yes. And you came out, the police were out here at what time?
Well, the police from the district would have been here as early as maybe 5 o'clock this morning.
District meaning Georgetown?
Georgetown. That would have been Connery for a fact. The road is actually blocked off for residents at the opposite end. That would have been Georgetown end. So the police from Connery would have been here as early as 5 a.m. this morning.
Okay, and Georgetown would have got here a little later?
No, well, the road has been blocked off.
It was blocked from that side?
Yes, so no police from Georgetown would have been here.
Okay.
But police from Connery would have been here.
And of course, you've got lovely new police stations now, so you're more effective. What happened when the police got here? What did you do?
Well, what we actually try to do is to get things in place, all the necessary ministry to come to rectify whatever problem that has been affected here. So and that has been presently in place. The road has been partially cleared. Maybe in a couple of hours, things should be back in place for the free flowing of the traffic.
What are the reports thus far of damage and any injury? Certainly no loss of life, I think.
Well, from our reports, there have been no loss of life, but the bridge there, the Mount Young Bridge, that has been damaged incredibly. Serious damage to that bridge.
Any loss of property?
Well, from our standpoint here, where we are at the present time, no loss of property, because it is rubbish, boulders from the river which would have came down and caused the vast amount of damage that we are seeing here presently.
Any particular challenges to the police this morning?
Well, more or less, we would have been challenged in a sense, because we have to get things in place, and it is not an easy task for us, because we would have to get from one area to the next just to make sure everyone know how the traffic is flowing.
What was the police's main aim this morning when something like this happens, and when this happened, what was your main aim?
Well, the main aim of the police is to get lives safe. Our aim is to make sure that lives are safe, and when we see this sort of thing happen, our encouragement that we will give to the viewing public or the traveling public is to take alternative routes if there are any. And as we can see, there are no alternative routes coming from beyond Mount Young Bridge.
Were there any alternative routes that you suggested to the traveling public? Further south?
Well, beyond where we are at this present moment, as you would have seen on your way up, there were also blockage in Bayabu. Well, you could have taken the back route beyond Bayabu district to get over to Mesper side. Different than that, there are no other alternative route beyond this point.
Any challenges in your resources, the resources available to the police? Were you in need of anything this morning?
No, I would not say we were in need of anything, because everything that is here were already in place, because the necessary ministries, they actually came on spot at an early stage, so they had things very much under control.
When did the police first hear about this, and did Nemo inform you?
Well, we would have heard from the viewing public who would have been traveling along the road. Nemo were here early as well, but we would have heard from the viewing public, the traveling public.
So you had no knowledge of this before, say last night or late last night?
No
warnings?
No warnings, no warnings.
All right, Corporal 374 King, thank you very much for chatting with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So chatting with the police there, a member of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the constabulary. I don't think things have gotten to a stage where we see the RRU or the SSU. They seem to be very ubiquitous these days. They're everywhere, in Parliament, in Kingstown, wherever there's a situation arising. We see them, but not... well, I think I've spoken too quickly. I see a black shirt there, which would signify the RRU, I believe. But they're not in any great numbers. We see other members of the media from API. We see Mr. Jimmy Prince. And let us assess the situation as we come to this main blockage. So quite clearly, the source of interest for most. We're here at the Mount Young gas station, service station, which is the ground zero, it looks like, of the weather system. This is where a lot of damage has happened. We have yet to go further north, but and we might be able to get through because it's now partially passable. This was up until very recently impassable. The Prime Minister is here. This is where his entourage has stopped so that he can make an assessment of the damages. This, of course, happened just 5 months ago with Tomas, when Tomas passed through. So he is on the phone at the moment, but as soon as he's off the phone, we'll seek to get an interview with him so that he can give us his prime ministerial assessment of the situation. So, of course, this is a well-known area on the north windward coast, Mount Young, with the mountains going up to the top. Of course, this is the source of one of the well-known bottled water companies in St. Vincent, Clear Clean, mounting top ahead of us, going up to Soufriere. And that water would have come down off of those mountains, gushing, flooding, rushing in torrents to cause what we see here now. Prime Minister, we know, still nursing his ankle, but he's out. And let's see if we can probably get a chat with the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, good morning. How are you?
Fine, Chester.
How are you?
Good.
How
are you doing?
How's the foot?
It's coming along. It's
coming along. All right. So you just came back from Barbados. Did you come back on time, or did you come back specifically because of this? Were you rushed back?
No, I had intended to come back the time when I came back, which is early this morning.
Right.
By 9 o'clock.
And when were you first appraised of this situation that we had a challenge?
About 5 o'clock this morning.
And that was by whom?
The head of Nemo, Miss Forbes, who is in Trinidad. But then immediately after, I got a whole set of calls.
Of course.
And I myself then made several.
So you landed at E.T. Joshua and then came straight out?
I just went and changed my shirt.
All right. And so what is the situation, PM? What have you assessed thus far?
Well, we still don't have a preliminary assessment overall, but it is clear that the damage is significant, and it is a reminder to all of us of the awesome power of nature. The damage is going to run into several millions of dollars. Tens of millions, actually. Because the integrity of the bridge at Byre Hill is compromised. We haven't checked the bridge underneath at Connery because that one is higher.
The Connery Bridge.
The Connery Bridge. You didn't have material coming over, but it would have been battered heavily. This one,